Tuesday. Happy Valentine's Day. Had a lovely day here at our home. My kids hit me up this morning at breakfast and they had some little gifts and Valentines and stuff on the table. And they're like, Mom, can we have the day off? I'm like, no, it's the 14th of February. So, oh, don't you love stories? Oh, here, there's Corey a year ago, who is starting to smile this day a year ago. Okay. But what I wanted to really check is make sure that I'm actually going live in the Big Family Moms group because I had tech issues last week. Ugh, so sorry about that again. All right, here we are. So as you can see from the title of today's live, I have on my heart to discuss the future of Big Family Moms, the Facebook community. So not the future of Big Family Moms in the world, but this Facebook community that I started about a year and a half ago. It was the summer of 2021. I was pregnant with Corey. Yeah, so there we go, right? Okay, so how much do I tell you just to kind of get to the point? Because here's the thing. I am at the crossroads of decision and I could really use two things, your input and your prayers. I am at the crossroads of deciding the future of Big Family Moms, the Facebook group, because I am at a point in my life where it's time for me to follow my own good advice. If you've been plugging in for a little while, you've heard about me talking about rhythmic routine, my Big Family Home course, or some of the free stuff I have baked into Big Family Moms community or my YouTube channel, wherever, you and I have connected. One of the things I talk about is as a big family mom, we have a lot of hats that we wear, a lot of responsibilities. And like I'm in the thick of it. My oldest is 18, my youngest is 1. I homeschool as well. And I run a business and I get contracted out to do different paying jobs. Like my husband and I have never had benefits. We've never done that model, either entrepreneurial or we just didn't, because we were just getting by. We're good for tech. We could find each other and I could serve from a place in my life that I didn't have a lot of resources to learn from other big family moms, how to manage a routine, how to manage a home, how to just manage all the things of being a big family mom, whether it's home organization or all the things that big family moms can uniquely relate to. And I certainly didn't always appreciate sharing in other moms groups, whether they were local or just, some other moms group. Because, sometimes when people are just like, well, maybe I shouldn't have too many kids, or I just wanted to help other big family moms because I'm a little further ahead now that I'm in my mid 30s than I certainly was in my 20s or my 30s. Did I say mid 30s? I remember my 40s. I'm 44 this September. Yeah, so that's my heart. That's where it came from, in case you didn't know the backstory. Where did this group come from? And I structured it in such a way that it would be a little bit different from other moms groups. And maybe other moms groups do this. It's not like I'm the be all end all moms group. But I didn't want it to be a free-for-all. I wanted to stay on point and be really for big family moms defined by 3+ kids, right? That's a pretty low bar. I know if you have 11 kids, but culturally 3 kids is considered big in this family. If you've got more than 2, people start asking questions like, are you done yet? Why are you doing that? Don't you know where they come from? Did someone get you a TV? Anyway, you've heard probably all the tired responses. So here's how the group started. And I set it up so that it wouldn't be, like I said, a free-for-all. We do have membership approval, which is pretty standard, but members are approved within a day because I got a VA. She's my oldest daughter. She's awesome. Eden is 18 and she does all the behind the scenes work for me, because if I tried to run all the behind the scenes of how to have a Facebook group with almost 6,000 members, it would break me. It would break me because I'm still running a fully operational big family mom home. I may not be at the beginning where I have all littles and no help, but still, when you're running a home and homeschool and have, and I do, like I said, I have paid work that I do. I also am an author, so I have commitments. And I'm starting to experience something that other big family moms experience. Sorry, I just keep admiring my heart earrings. I love them so much. Maybe I'm trying to lit it up because I got a bomb to drop. I'm starting to notice that I'm burning out. Shocker. I'm not there yet, and I won't go there. I will stay back from the edge because I recognize the signs in my body, in my stress. How much am I going to share? I'll probably share it all. This is a heart-to-heart kind of talk. This is a little bit of a different live for me than usual. I set it up so that this would be a group where moms could come in and really feel at home as best I could. we're not all going to agree because we're not all like, come on, there's like my husband and I don't agree on everything, but it wouldn't be a free for all. So what Eden does behind the scenes is she makes sure that like people answer the membership questions because we want to make sure it's a first of all, like a woman only zone, because we actually have guys who ask, and sometimes guys are like, do you even understand the group you're applying to? This is for moms. And just kind of making sure that this is going to be a good fit. We rarely have to decline somebody, so that's not the biggest issue. The second thing she does is she approves the post. Now, I was doing this all at the front end, but I couldn't keep doing it and not actually, run the homeschool and run the rest of my life. So I got a VA. And I was happy to offer to my daughter because like great life experience. We're all home businessy. We love that kind of home business stuff. And anyway, and then she could talk to me. I could have hired someone from overseas for pretty much the same amount of money, but I wanted to offer it to her and she took it. She's awesome. And it's a beautiful shared experience. All that to say, we also approve members' posts, as you know. Like if you post something, it's not just boom, going to go to the wall. And we don't often have to decline posts as per group rules. And rarely do I get a problematic post where I'm like, I'm not even going to approve this to the group. The point is that takes time. And that time takes money because I've chosen for it to be that way. Now, here's the thing. I haven't wanted to admit this to almost anybody because I guess I feel a little embarrassed. But I'm just going to be honest. As you know, because I'm not shy about it, I do have a paid course, the Big Family Home. And the idea was that would sell a couple of those a month and the cost would meet. And if I made more than that, awesome. But that the operational expenses of running a Facebook group that are real, like somebody, like whether it's a volunteer group of moms who are doing it or like a mom and daughter team like me, like it takes time, it takes money. Here's the thing. I'm not making enough sales per month for this to break even. And I haven't been for a while. Like once in a while, I'll do like a flash sale and I'll have some good sales, like, woo, and that might keep me going for 3 months. And this isn't a like, give me money kind of post at all. It's not at all. It's just me being completely real because I am at the crossroads of what do I do? I'll just shorten it up and say this. From a business perspective, it makes 0 sense for me to keep going. I have other things going on in my life that require time. They're high priority for me as a Christian before God. Like I said, this is what I teach in the course. When you don't know what to do, when you have too much going on, step back and reevaluate based on your priorities. What has God called you to do, to be first? And for me, like many women, it's relationship based. It's first as unto the Lord. I am serving the Lord in relationship. First and foremost, me and my husband, right? We were here before the kids. We're going to be here after the kids. So that's numero uno. That might not take a ton of time, but you better believe he's not the bottom of the list. I wouldn't even do that to myself, let alone before God or him. He got me flowers today. I love flowers. And an arrangement too. Normally he just gets me like 3 packs of 10 and I arrange them myself, but he got me an arrangement. Bless him so much. Second relationship was obviously my children, of which I have 11. And they're all still at home. Here comes the tears. And I don't want to miss these years. Eden's 18. Corey's already 1. She's probably the last because I got medical stuff going on. It's not safe for me to get pregnant anymore. In case you didn't know. And I find myself cutting corners where I shouldn't be. It doesn't sit well in my spirit to be like, no, honey, mommy's busy right now. No, honey, mommy's busy right now. Okay, no, we'll do that later. Ask me later, okay? Ask me on Saturday, okay? Once in a while, that's got to happen. I was like, put it all in the microwave and I'll get to it later. For sure. Like, I'm not going to do everything on demand. But I'm seeing a pattern and my conscience is telling me, hey, reevaluate. All right. Might cry one more time before this is over. I'm sure y'all could take it. Thanks for sticking with me. All right. So options. The warnings are there. And I know based on my priorities to my husband, to my children, to the running of our affair. Totally get it. Thank you. Okay. I'm not the only one who hits these reevaluation points where maybe your kids are doing way too much extracurricular, right? Or you've committed to too much to your church. And you're like maybe that super confident person who gets things done like a boss. But then you hit this point, you're like, I'm doing too much. I've overcommitted. Crap. What do I do? What do I do? And if it was just as simple as me being like, okay, well, I'm just not going to volunteer for the thing I'm volunteering for, then it'd be so easy. But see, the thing about Big Family Moms is a Facebook community that I effectively volunteer for, I shut it down, it's over. And it's not like I feel this guilty obligation. I'm just sensitive to the fact that a solution for me affects other people. Obviously, back it up. I might be a little all over the place, so follow me here. I have notes, but I'm just also speaking from my heart. My relationships, right? Husband, the kids, the running of the affairs of the home. And that's a full-time job. You know what I'm talking about. Running the homeschool. That's a full-time job. You know what I'm talking about. If you homeschool, you know what I'm talking about. And then, like I said, I do have some paying work, and I am an author as well. So I have some other things going on. And they see, some people are just like, tell me if you can relate to this. If what you're doing voluntarily is like Christian-ish, it's service-based, and it's even overtly Christian, and it's like what it is, right? Serving big family moms as a Christian to grow in grace and skill. To me, this is now squarely in the like, I've just admitted it, Tara. It's not really a very successful business, but darn it, it's a great volunteer thing you're doing. And it's serving a lot of women. I know, because I read the encouraging comments when people say to me, Tara, thank you so much for creating this space. I thank you so much for the work that goes into making this space. This is like my go-to moms group. And then I'm just like, I'm so happy for you. Oh my gosh, how can I just end it? Oh, you may never have heard this about me. I used to hate moms groups. I had some really bad experiences with moms groups. I'm going to go through the comments after. I used to really hate moms groups, and actually I'm only part of maybe 2 other moms groups, and I hardly ever spend time in them. I could go on Facebook today and never be on Facebook again and be totally fine. Like, I'm that kind of introvert. I could be like, I'm out of here. So yeah, I'm at this point where I'm just like, it makes no business sense to keep Big Family Moms open as a business. But guess what? I have contacted my accountants, because we have, my husband's an entrepreneur, so we have an accountant. And I'm going to talk to him about setting up Big Family Moms as a charity. Like, what would it look like if it was nonprofit? Like, because then maybe it wouldn't burn so much when I do the accounting at the end of the year, because tax season's coming up, right? And I'm just like, God, are you asking me to do this? Or is this just my like thing? So I'm kind of torn, and I don't want to just quit, but I can't keep going the way I've been going. Not with warning signs of burnout, and not with what it's costing me at the year's end in terms of time and money. So I have some options, and maybe like I'm bringing this up with you, just to share, because I'm just kind of burning, like boiling. I'm getting to the boiling point. I'm like, I gotta tell them. I almost feel guilty. So you know what? Get it in the light. Yes, one option, the most extreme option, and maybe it is the choice. Maybe I'll get there, but I'm not there today, is ending it. Another one is a free-for-all, but that's not really an option. I don't ever want to be part of a group, and I wouldn't release the Kraken and the group just becomes a free-for-all. Anybody can post anything and anybody can join. It won't be Big Family Moms pretty quickly, and everyone would leave, and I wouldn't blame them, because I would not be part of a group full of spam and gross stuff, right? The other one is to ask for some assistance with some admins and mods, because it's me and my daughter. We're a 2-person team. I don't totally know what that would look like, but I know like it would probably look like time. So like what it would be would probably be just like committing some hours, maybe 4 hours a week, 6 hours a week, something, anything. It all adds up when you've got a small team, to just make sure the group is being attended to, that posts are being answered. Because here's the thing. I'm just letting it all out today. Maybe I feel a little stupid, but better to be humble than to just be a fool. I haven't set it up in a way where I can take a break. I couldn't stop for a week. I haven't set it up so that I can take off a month. I haven't even set it up. Like, I've set it up and I did what I did. I was listening to the coaching. I was listening. And listen, right now, I'm going to say it right now, in case anybody wants to send me an email or a message to be like, here, connect with my coach and they'll show you how to make $10,000 a month. Not looking for it. Please. Thank you so much. But I'm not looking to connect with anybody's coach for marketing strategies or online virtual. None of that. Please just don't. I'm going to be like, no, I'm not even going to answer. Maybe some volunteer admins. Yeah. And I know, because I know there's like a group, like a hardcore, maybe that's not the right word. You know what I mean? Like a base of women in this community who love this community. Like I said, this is the go-to moms group. And it would be like a sad thing for this group to suddenly end, because the way it was structured just wasn't manageable for the founder. So yeah, kind of like, not to compare myself to Moses, think that's a bit high. But I was reminded this morning, as I've been praying about this for a year, of him like holding it up, right? Holding it up. As long as his hands were up, things would go, but his arms started to shake. And so somebody brought him a rock and some people came and held his arms up. So there's a time to say, in order to continue this for the long haul, to just create a community where big family moms can connect and access the free stuff that I got out there. And hey, you know what? If they want to access my course, I'm not promising this because I can't promise this, but if it works structurally for me to set it up as a nonprofit, then I would just make it like donation basis. If you want to get the course, get the course. Because listen, here's the thing. I don't need your money. We're okay. I don't need other big family moms' money. But I'm here to like help other big family moms. And yeah, like it's obviously makes sense for it to be a self-sustaining model. So like it's not a lot operational expenses to run things, couple $100 Canadian. So it's like even less American. It's not a lot, but it does add up by the year's end. And I had to look at the numbers from a tax perspective and say, this is not structurally sound. What will I do? Okay, so somebody said, I don't know about being a patron. One of your sewing groups, Cindy says, start a patron group with different levels of contribution and then, benefits and stuff. And I haven't really looked into like membership because Facebook isn't structured with it. Like you could say, hey, you can point out people do that in their YouTubes, right? Hey, join my Patreon or whatever. Thank you so much. Like if you love what I'm doing and you want me to still be able to keep doing it, then I'm going to need some support to get there, right? Because otherwise just doing it as a volunteer, because it's not high on my list, as soon as like my schedule fills up, and it's based on my priorities, my husband, my children, the homeschool. And that is like full. I'm running at maximum capacity right now with all my other priorities. So all I have left over, to be truth, and I'll wrap this up because I'm getting on 20 minutes. I'm squeezing in big family moms. And you know how it is because like you come into big family moms when you want to come in. And that's kind of how I want to operate it too. I want to come in less, but I still want to offer the same insofar as I contribute to that, like creating a space that's warm and for big family moms. It's solid and it's safe and it's good. It's all the things that it is now, but doing it in a savvy way that hits my check boxes and doesn't end up bleeding me of time and money that the Lord hasn't said, thou shalt do big family moms. Nope. I completely feel the release in me from the Holy Spirit to be like, Terry, you can walk away right now. You and me, we're good, right? I have not betrayed the Lord if I decide to walk away. And I know it would take one crisis for me to shut it down. One kid to get in the hospital and be like, bye. I'd at least put the group on pause. And he has kept that from our door. But I know that if I go down for any reason, for any length of time, I also haven't, from a wisdom perspective, I haven't set up this community to be well cared for in my absence. So yes, having a community of some other volunteers, not necessarily locked in contract style or anything, and I'm not offering any remuneration. I'm going to be totally honest. I don't have it to give. Then that's probably what I'm putting out there. So I'm going to follow this up with like a post in the group and also with an email if you're on my email list, because it's time for me to make some decisions. So to go back to the beginning, I would so appreciate, please pray for me to have wisdom. I see options and not one of them is totally clear yet. So I'm trusting that God will give me wisdom. I've thought of some things, but I am completely open to other suggestions. Maybe you have a suggestion. So yeah, definitely having some other people. And if that's you, you can send me a private message to be like, hey, I'd love to hear more about that. Like, you're not locked into anything. You're just letting me know that you would like to hear more about that because maybe it'll be a good fit. Maybe just for a season, maybe just for 3 months or 6 months or something. I'm not going to lock anybody in. I'm not going to lock a volunteer in. I don't like to be locked in with guilt as a volunteer. But I know the people who would step up, you'd be doing it because I think volunteer admins and moderators is probably going to be one of the only ways I can see a path forward. So thank you so much, all of you. 11 of you live right now, and I know there'll be people catching the replay later. You only listened with me to the end because Big Family Moms, the Facebook community in particular, means something to you. And you want this space to continue to be there for years to come. And I'm willing, like my heart is willing, but my flesh is weak. I only have like 24 hours in the day. And I know in my heart of hearts that this telling the kids later, it stops today. So I'm going to wrap it up with this. I will probably be present in the group a little less than I have been. And I know that's totally okay. Nobody's gonna be like, Tara, where are you? I know nobody expects me to personally reply to everybody's post. It's not all on me. We're a community of women. I share when I share. And so far, I've been coming in once a day. And I'm giving myself a release. Not that I need it, but I'm just putting it out there. Transparency. I'll probably be in the group every 3 days. So if I don't get to your post, because it's just buried at the bottom, okay, I know you're not going to hold it against me. There's lots of other great women in the group. I've got my guides, got my YouTube channel, I got lots of content. It's all there to help you. And if it helps you, it serves you, great. But I'm releasing myself from an obligation that I made up myself to come in the group every day because it's not serving me. And I know you would never want that. You'd never want that. So I'll be present a little bit less while I figure this all out. I will come back and give you an update when firm decisions are made. And in the meantime, just thank you so much for praying for me. Thank you for everybody who comments on each other's posts. I'm just so blessed when I see that. I didn't expect to be a crying mess today. I'm putting into practice what I literally teach in my own course, and nobody said it was easy to cut something out of your life that you love, or at least reduce it to a manageable amount. So this is not something light. As you can see, I've been praying for a year and asking God to show me the way. And I knew that there were 2 things to do today. I already did the first one late last night after midnight, and I emailed my accountant to talk about structuring this as a nonprofit. If that's a good fit, I'll get back to you on that. And then number 2, I did not plan this last night. It was this morning, was to just be completely honest and say I'm at the crossroads. Pray for me, help me, and thank you for traveling with me, for listening, and for encouraging me. I choose to believe. I'm just going to declare it of faith. There is a path forward, and God, who's brought all of us to this point and intersected our lives through Facebook of all crazy platforms, there's a path forward for all of us in our families, in our situations, and in this particular one. And when I know what it is, you'll be the first. Well, maybe not the very first. I'll tell my husband, obviously, first, but you'll probably be the second to know. And on that note, thank you so much for all these comments. I've been reading them like on the side. I'm going to pop out here because I'm going on like super long past my normal time, and that's all right. I'll see you in the group.